Right guys, welcome to another video. It's Shiraz here. Before we dive into this, guys, you know the usual drill. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you're not new to the channel, guys, and you're already subscribed, hit the notification bell, like, share, and get this out to YouTube universe. Guys, sorry I've not been here in a wee while and I've not put content out. I have been under the weather, okay, so I'll try to do this video as best you can because I need to get content out to you, okay, and I do apologise, but let's just dive into this. Andrew Tate arrested, and my views on this. Okay, so Andrew Tate was arrested obviously in Romania, guys, a couple of days ago in his Romanian mansion alongside with his brother Tristan Tate. I'm obviously assuming you viewers now know who Andrew Tate is. Obviously you're part of the manosphere, you're part of masculinity. Okay, if you're watching my content, I'm assuming you're gonna know who Andrew Tate is, so I'm not gonna go into his background. So he was arrested there on suspicion of human trafficking. Okay, so it's another suspicion of it. Okay, suspicion. There's no set evidence of that. Okay, so he was detained, shall we say, on human trafficking. Okay, you see the media pictures of him getting taken away. Not only him and his brother came out. There was no girls shown. There was no girls found. Okay, a couple of weapons, money, some alcohol pictures of that were shown in the media. So as usual, guys, it just seemed too perfectly set for what the media were showing when he was taken away. The guns, the pictures, him and his brother. Okay, so more attempts to tarnish his reputation, more attempts to tarnish and blacken his name further, to again try and shut this man down. And you've got to ask yourself, why so many attempts has getting made in this man to try and shut him down in any way possible. Now, you know, he was already banned on social media by the Matrix, the powers to be, and you know, because of the message he was spreading. But the message he was spreading, guys, wasn't dangerous. He was guiding men and young guys into how to have better ways amongst themselves to a generation, and they were afraid of that. They were scared of the message he was getting through because he was so popular, you know. And if this really is a free speech and free democracy, you should be allowed to get your opinion out, get your views out. People don't have to take your views on board, but you should be allowed to express them. And what's happened to this man, the amount of attempts to silence this man, they must be really afraid of what he is getting out to the world and what he is getting out to the generation of men out there. Okay, classing this as toxic masculinity because he's telling men to be strong, to be leaders, to be top G's, to better themselves, you know, I mean, if you look at all the stuff that he actually says, yes, guys, he says some stuff in jest, all right. He may say some stuff that is a bit controversial in terms of the way he says it, or the way he's or for what he's trying to express. But if you look at generally what he's expressing is good, valuable things that he's telling guys, that he was telling guys and young men to do, is how to earn income, guys, how to get their body up, the usual tenets of masculinity, get their body up, you know, keeping it real, telling the truth, guys, all right. And so they silenced him for it because obviously they didn't want what he was saying to go out to young men. So he was silenced, banned from everything, okay, under the guise of toxic masculinity. It was too toxic. Nothing he said was toxic, guys, okay. I talk about some of these things on my channel, okay. And just that Andrew Tate was such a high amount of influence that they had to shut him up. They didn't like the message he was giving because it was a threat to them, okay. It was a threat. It was re-masculating men instead of emasculating them, as opposed to giving the message that they're giving men out there these days. They didn't want him giving the men the correct message of strength, leadership, you know, all these kind of good messages. So they classed it as toxic masculinity. So So with this arrest, guys, is just another was another attempt to blacken his name. So he's detained using obviously governmental arrest procedures, Romanian police, Romanian SWAT team, whatever, to arrest him. Is just another attempt to tar his name, try and put charges on him, try and find more ways to silence this man. Okay. Because he's even more powerful since his first banning of social media. That attempt of banning him from social media, banning him from all the platforms, has not worked. So this is another ploy. And Andrew Tate actually said this. Andrew Tate said they'd do one or two things. They would do one thing, then they would just silence it. Or they would try to silence and ban him from all social media websites. And then they would eventually arrest him, and the next thing they would kill him. All right, so these are kind of things he said, and he actually predicted that. God forbid they don't do that as the next stage, but he actually predicted that they would arrest him. This was like 3 months earlier before it's actually happened. So it's actually happened now. So he actually predicted they would do this. They would arrest him. They would find some excuse of arresting him. So. It's another attempt, guys, just to shut him up. It's another attempt to find a way to completely shut this man off, to completely maybe possibly look at custodial a custodial avenue for him, so they can just shut him up completely. But I don't think they'll be able to go down that route. Andrew Tate's too clever, you know. He's not a top G for nothing, guys. He's very he's very clever in that way. So they have to find evidence, obviously, guys, and I don't think they found the evidence. I know not all the complete details. The simple fact is they don't want him telling the truth, guys, and that's why they've arrested him, because he's simply preaching truth, and that's why they've arrested him. They've arrested him just to try and further shut him up, shut what he's got to say, and stop him spreading information that can help the generation of young men. Nothing. He's been on Piers Morgan 2 or 3 times now, and if you look at the conversation that he had with Piers Morgan on the 3rd interview, just listen to what he said and how he responded to Piers Morgan's accusations of him, to the point that even Piers Morgan had to agree with him, okay, about what he said, about some of the tweet comments he made and everything. So there's also, if you look at human trafficking, guys, human trafficking is going on everywhere in every country, okay, run by gangs, trafficking everywhere. But suddenly Tate's pulled out of his Romanian mansion under human trafficking. Human trafficking rings are running already. Human trafficking is already going on everywhere, and they're not publicly grabbing this guy, these other gangs, and publicly raiding their houses and publicly raiding these organised crime areas. They just, but it's Andrew Tate. He's pulled out of his mansion. It's simply an attempt to further shut this guy up, for the sole fact that he's preaching truth, and they don't want that truth out. They don't want the truth to be preached. They only want to allow things to be said that is controlled, that they will allow, okay? Anything that goes against what they allow as right, as fact, they will disallow it. They will ban it. They will desocialize you from a platform, okay? This is the state of affairs nowadays. And because Andrew Tate stuck to his guns, Andrew Tate just told it as it is. He is now the victim of these attempts of further tarnation on his name, and this arrest is simply another attempt to completely shut this man up, okay? He in my opinion, I don't think they will find any evidence of him human trafficking, okay. They're it's just to blacken his name further, and I don't think they will be able to bring any charges on him of human trafficking. We will see how that further progresses. Obviously they're going to drag him through the mud, drag him through the ringers this time. They've got a wee bit of a leeway to do that now that he's being charged, all right. But simply the fact is that it's just because this man is speaking the truth, and they don't want him speaking any further truth to the generation of young men out there, okay. And he's not attacking anybody. He's not spreading any ill information. He's not spreading any hate. He's not spreading any violence to anybody. He's just simply stating facts. He's simply stating opinions of his own, which you should be entitled to do. And they are so afraid and threatened by him that they've pulled this one. So you've got to ask yourself, guys, to pull something like this against Tate, what are they so afraid of? They're so afraid of the truth being told by this man to generations of young men out there. They don't want men being told to be masculine, to be leaders. So in my opinion, this is just another attempt to shut this man up for just simply telling the truth, and that's what the red pill is. The red pill is truth, and that's what Andrew Tate is, one of the top G's in the red pill, because he's simply just telling the truth, guys, and you should be allowed to tell the truth. That's why a lot of men come to the red pill, because they find truth in the red pill, whereas the Matrix, the narrative, tells them otherwise. It tells them lies. It tells them lies about female nature. It tells them lies about the working system. It tells them lies about what masculinity is. It tells them lies about everything. So the Matrix is just a system of false ideologies, whereas the red pill will just give you the truth. That's all Andrew Tate is doing. He was telling young men the truth about the system, and this is just another example of them not liking the truth and shutting them up through these means. So this is what I think, guys, has gone on. what I think of why they've arrested Andrew Tate. We'll see how it plays out, guys. But hopefully Tate's a main G, so he'll find his way through it as he always does. Guys, I do apologise about coughing through this video. I had to get you some content out in 2023. Please support the channel, guys. It really helps me out. Comment below and support the manosphere. Alright, guys, alright. The channel has grown last year, and I appreciate everybody who's subscribed, and our new subscribers, and everybody who supports every single video I do. So it really helps me a ton if you subscribe and comment on the video. They don't like this content getting out to men out there, alright, because it empowers you. Okay, guys, so with that said, thank you for watching this one. Till the next one, Shiraz out. Thanks for watching. See you soon, guys, alright, and hopefully I'll be in it better for the next time. See you soon.